Hey guys, this video is a part 2 in my custom Spider-Man minifigures from the Spider-Man 2 PS5 video game. Today's video is all about Miles. I did one about Peter a few days ago where I made every possible Peter suit in Lego, so it's only right that today we come back and we make all of Miles's suits that are possible to make in Lego. Now here's the thing, not every suit is going to be possible to make using 100% official Lego parts and pieces, but I was able to make almost all of them, so I'll walk you through these customs, how you can make them, and be sure to hit like and subscribe down below and let me know which custom turned out to be your favorite in this video. Okay, we're gonna go in rough alphabetical order, but it does make sense to start off with the actual Miles Morales PlayStation suit that Lego did put out because, well, this is the most accurate because it's literally based off of the game. This was a 2020 minifigure that was exclusive to people who entered a sweepstakes who had beaten the Spider-Man PS5 game, the story mode, and basically it's really, really rare. It's worth over $2,000 as of today's market, and there's only about 1,600 of them ever made. As you can see, he's got great leg printing with printing on the toes, awesome torso printing, and front and back printing on the head as well. So it's a great figure. I'm not going to pop off the arms because with it being so valuable, I really try not to handle it any more than I have to. But it is a really phenomenal figure and technically the most accurate we can get because it's literally based off of the video game universe. Okay, so let's kick off with Miles's Absolute Carnage Suit. I love the way that this one turned out, and I used the head and legs from Moltor from Lego Nexo Knights to get that really dark and evil look, which I think fits pretty well for Absolute Carnage. Then, of course, the torso is one of the Spidey and his amazing friends' torsos, but flipped around so that it's only red and black and really just gives that total Carnage look for the character. Here we've got the Into the Spiderverse suit, and this, of course, is going to double as the Across the Spiderverse suit because, you know, when we're working with the limited pieces we have with Lego, there's only so many options we can go with, so there's really not a way to get a huge bunch of variation between the two. But what I did here is I used the original Miles Morales torso with the Spidey and his amazing friends Miles Morales head, and then the legs from Hank Pym Ant-Man to kind of give a little bit more detail on the leg area. Up next, we have the Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. suit, which is one that I really, really love, and it was a challenge to make because there aren't a lot of blue heads with white eyes, but I do feel like the torso and legs from the actual S.H.I.E.L.D. Agent minifig make the most sense, and then, of course, the head from the Death Dealer from Shang-Chi really ties the look together, and I love the way that this one turned out. Now, in the game, I absolutely love the Best There Is suit, which, of course, is the Miles Wolverine hybrid. And interestingly, to make this, I didn't use any parts from Wolverine, but the head comes from the 2012 Deadpool, which, unfortunately, is even more rare than Wolverine. And the whole point of this video is to try to not alter pieces with, like, paint or Sharpies or erasers or anything. So you could take a Wolverine cowl and, like, paint or Sharpie it red, but to keep it purist, I went ahead and gave him Black Panther's headpiece here, so you get the ears for Wolverine, the head from Deadpool, the flipped around torso from Hank Pym Ant-Man with dark blue arms, black hands, and black legs. Alright, here we've got a classic, the Bodega Cat Suit. Now for this, I kept it simple, right? He's got black legs, he's got the Miles Morales jacket torso, like the hoodie, but I flipped it around to be a little bit more accurate to what we see in the game, and he's got the modern Miles Morales head. Now, to get the cat in the backpack, I gave him one of these bucket backpacks, which isn't super common today, but does still come in Lego sets in various colors, and you can sort of fit a cat in there. It's very, very loose, though, so you definitely couldn't, like, you know, pose him upside down or anything like that, but if you really, really wanted to, you could just give him, like, a regular backpack or a life vest or something to get the same feel, but I did think it was kind of funny that there is sort of a way to get a cat in his backpack if you get creative, so let me know what you guys think of this one. Up next is the Borua Suit, aka the Puerto Rican-inspired suit. Now, interestingly enough, there's been memes for a long time talking about how the 2012 Captain America is actually Captain Puerto Rico, so I used the 2012 Captain America torso with all of the regular pieces from Miles Morales minifigures from years past to get the look together. I'm actually pretty happy with the way it turned out, and I'd love to hear what you guys think. Up next is the City Sounds suit, which is kind of cool. It's like inspired by the 1920s, and it's a great look if you ask me. The torso comes from Harry Potter that gets you the gray sweater vest with the red tie. Then he's got dark red arms with black hands, black legs, a Miles Morales Spider-Man mask head, and I gave him one of the vintage fedoras because there aren't a ton of gray fedoras in LEGO, and yes, you could go with the bowler cap, which we've gotten before, but it's very clearly a fedora in the game, so I wanted to get as close to that, and unfortunately that did mean using a relatively rare vintage piece, but hey, whatever you gotta do to get the best look, right? Here we've got the classic suit, and this one was actually pretty easy to make because the head, torso, and legs all come from the 2023 Spider-Man, which came in the Morbius versus Miles Morales set, so it's currently available as of this video. And then the arms actually are really great because you get that red printing on the black arms, and those come on the CMF Surfer Dude, which honestly look great to tie this look together and just give a little bit of extra added detail. Here we've got the family business suit, which to me is kind of like the Iron Spider version of Miles Morales' suit. Now, this one was interesting to make because there is a black head with yellow eyes, and that comes on the Fright Night from Lego Scooby-Doo, so as long as you don't look at the back of the head, it actually looks pretty good from the front. The torso is flipped around, but the torso and arms come from the inside-out black and gold Spider-Man suit from Spider-Man No Way Home, and then finally we have just some black legs to pull the look together. Here we have the Forever suit, which of course is inspired by Wakanda and Black Panther. So this was a little bit of a tricky one to make just because, you know, where do you find the balance between going too much like Black Panther or not enough like Black Panther? So what I did here is I used the Black Panther head from the Infinity Saga along with the 2016 Black Panther headpiece here, so you get the ears up top with a little bit of silver printing on there for some added detail. Then the torso is flipped around, but that comes from the Spidey and his amazing friends Miles Morales with red hands and black legs. Up next is the Great Responsibility suit, which of course Peter gifts to Miles, and because of that, it's actually a lot more reminiscent of Peter's style than Miles, but it's still really, really cool. One of the defining things for this suit are the knee pads, in my opinion. So what I did here is I used these legs from the ACU Troopers from Lego Jurassic World to get dark blue legs with black knee pads. Then the torso is from the 2016 Captain America Civil War Spider-Man from the Tanker Truck Showdown. That way you get the alternate spider on there, which I think looks pretty good for what we're trying to represent. I did switch this out for arms that don't have printing on them, because if you look at the actual design in the game, he doesn't have the iconic red coming down the sleeves, and to match the mask that we see in the game, I gave him the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man head from the Spider-Man No Way Home Final Battle set. Okay, here we've got the Into the Spider-Verse Spider-Boy suit, and I did give him short legs here because I think that this can kind of double. Like, if you want to make customs from the game, obviously just give him tall blue legs, but if you want to build the one that we see in the movie, I think that it works to use the mid-sized legs, which are shorter but also posable. Anyways, the torso comes from Mighty Micro's Spider-Man. I put brown hands on there with a short cape from Mighty Micro's Robin and the head from Spidey and his amazing friends to pull the look together. For the King in Black suit, I think the best way to get this figure is to use pretty much any regular Miles Morales that we've shown in the showcase so far that's, you know, kind of leaning on that classic style, but using this shoulder piece that came with Groot in the Guardians of the Galaxy headquarters from 2023. I think that gets you pretty close to that look, and I'm happy with that considering how easy it is. Up next is the Purple Rain suit, of course, inspired by the Prowler, and I used the Spider-Man stealth suit, aka the Anti-Ox suit, which is actually a real Lego minifigure from the Spider-Man headquarters, I believe from 2021, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, that's where the green-eyed head and torso come from. Then I gave him purple arms with black hands and these legs with some pink accents on there, which came with one of the, like, surfer girls or something like that from the CMF. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure someone in the comments will let us all know. Here we have the Shadow Spider suit, and this one was a lot of fun to put together. The torso is flipped around, but the torso and legs come from the Iron Red Skull from several years back from the Avengers wave. Then he's got a cape from Batman to give that, you know, like pointy cape at the bottom there. The head comes from Scarlet Spider from Mighty Micros with a black hood to tie it all together. Quite possibly my favorite suit in this showcase is the Smoke and Mirror suit, of course inspired by Mysterio. Because it's inspired by Mysterio, I used the Mysterio bubblehead here with one of these gold shoulder pieces, I guess, it's a way to put it, from Ninjago. Then the torso comes from Lex Luthor from Lego DC, and the legs come from the pink space alien from the CMF series, and I just love all the way that the colors mesh, and I think it really brings out the best of the look from the game, if you ask me. Here we have the sportswear suit, and while the colors aren't 100% exactly like what we see in the game, I do think that this represents it pretty well. This torso has come in a lot of city stuff. I think it was even in Hidden Side at one point, but it's also used on Gwen Stacy in the Daily Bugle. Then as we move down, he's got black hands with these dual-molded legs, which come on Miles Morales and Batman and various other places. Then the head is MCU Spider-Man with the hood from Miles Morales from his hoodie variant minifig. And finally, we have the tracksuit, which looks really, really great. The torso comes from Spider-Girl, and then the arms are dual-molded arms that come from Syndrome from the Lego Disney collectible minifigure series 1 with black hands, the Avengers Endgame Quantum Suit legs, and a Miles Morales head to finish the look. And with that, those are all the suits that I feel we can make from the video game. So let's zoom out and we'll wrap this video up. Alright guys, let me know what you thought of this video in the comments and which suit here ended up being your favorite. My next project for the Spider-Man 2 PS5 video game is going to be making all of the villains and side characters, so I'm definitely going to need some time to work all of that out, but stay tuned because it's coming soon, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.